talking about strategic planning. All right, what's the difference? Here's the difference. A strategic plan, often done by, say, a nonprofit organization, starts to think about what's the mission of the organization, what's the vision of the organization. It says, 5 years, 10 years from now, this is what we want to be doing. That's a strategic plan. A business plan assumes that those things are set and says, working within those confines, all right, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. This is how we're going to execute. And so, not that you don't talk about mission and vision, but it's for organizations that are making the transition or are trying to bring in social entrepreneurship into their nonprofit. This is not the same process where you're going to get all input from all the stakeholders and bring the board of directors in and all these kinds of things. If you're a nonprofit organization who is exploring social enterprise and you want to write a business plan, don't do it the same way you did your strategic plan. You will shoot yourself. Because that process is long and intensive for a reason. And the outcome is to have a document that will chart the course for the organization going forward. A business plan is different. And again, I'm talking to a particular case for those of you who are on the nonprofit side of things. A business plan is about how to execute an idea. It could be testing out whether this idea is actually viable. A business plan has that sense to it because you, on paper, are now looking to see whether that idea actually makes sense. So, just want to put that in the mind of those who have come from the social sector who may have had experience in strategic planning. This is not the same process. That said, for those of you who are at the very beginning of things, who are thinking about how to do this as an idea, I want you to direct your attention to the handout, the first section of the handout, which says Social Venture Description. It has four questions on it. This is literally what I give my students and the folks at the Institute when they ask me, so how do I get feedback on my idea? The answer is, write your idea down, first of all. Because a bunch of people talk about it and keep talking about it, but never write anything down. And trust me on this, writing it down now makes it real. But it also gives you something you can hand to somebody and say, Justice, would you look at this, give me some feedback. Now don't be afraid to give a 1-page or 2-page document that follows this outline and says, this is my idea. Because people sometimes get all nervous, someone's gonna steal my idea. Well, if it's for social impact, if they take it and they do it and make social good out of it, maybe it's okay. But at the same time, if it's that easy to steal, it wasn't that good an idea. So don't worry about that. Take the time, write the 1 page, go take it to somebody who you trust. Take it to somebody who's a business mentor. Take it to somebody who has some more experience than you. Take it to somebody who might be part of the target group that you're trying to impact. And what should you have on that document? You should have 1, 2, 3, 4 things on it. Come up with a name. It may not be the name that you end up with, but names help. It helps me to understand better what you're doing. Secondly, define the social problem. What's the problem that you're trying to address? Is it homelessness? Is it environmental issue, a particular issue in the community, like lead paint abatement, or in general, the consumption of energy that's beyond what we can actually hold or sustain within the United States? Is your issue something around youth development? Talk about it, define it. What's the social problem that your social venture will work on, and describe it. Thirdly, is it about the social impact? What is the impact you're trying to make? Define that. How will what you do actually make a difference?
Yeah, Chris, can you come upstairs real quick too?
Oh yeah, come on upstairs. Help us on this here. You can imagine, I do a lot of presentations, and I know how to hook stuff up. Something's happening between here and there. Social innovation is the last piece. What's different about what you're doing? Is it you're taking a model that's worked someplace else and now you're going to try and use it in a place that you think it needs to be used? Is there a twist? Sometimes people are coming into social entrepreneurship because they have a specialty. And they've been working with young people for 20 years and they've figured something out. And now they say, this is a model I want to use. And this model is a little different than the other models that are out there. And so here's how I think I can make a broader and bigger impact with what I'm doing.